Good evening today. In this presentation, I want to introduce my thesis title is The Analysis of Grammatical Error in Descriptive Text of the Students at Polytechnic Tonggak Ecuador. My name is Adrianus Alvin. I want to take this opportunity to thanks my first supervisor is Sir Slamet Tumpal Manurung, and the second supervisor is Ma'am Francisca Wewarti, and the first examiner is Miss Hila Janaria, and the second examiner is Sir Subanti, Gregory Subanti. And I want to introduce the table of content this presentation. Is for the first is introductions, literature review, research methodology, findings, discussion, and the last one is the conclusion and the recommendation. And I will start for the first. Our point is our discussion is background. And in Indonesia, English is a foreign language, and learning English can be a challenging task for a native speaker. According to Harmer, 2007, English consists of four main ability: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. That should be appropriate mastered so that someone can communicate fluently in English. To master English, well, it's necessary to master several different skills. There are several sub-skills, and one of them is grammar. Richard 2010 states that grammar is the system of rules, the construct of formations, and connection of every word in a sentence. Brown's 2001 stated that grammatical competence is the major or component of communicative competence. Grammar becomes the rule of correct in the language. To conclude, the limitation of previous research may only focus one particular types of text, and the further research still need the other text grammatical error. And because of that, this study aimed to analyze the type of grammatical error that often occur in student writing. And the results of this study expected to provide insight into grammatical error that often occur in student and provide suggestions that can assist student in overcoming this error. And based on the background above, the writer is interested in know the research, the analysis of grammatical by students of the text at Polytechnic Ecuador, and the research problem is what grammatical error are most often made by students of Polytechnic Tonggak Ecuador semester 6 in their descriptive writing. And for the scope of research is the 5 aspect grammar error is standard pattern, subject and verb, tenses, pronoun, preposition, punctuation, and spelling made by student of Polytechnic Tonggak Ecuador. And the research purposes is this study aims to investigate grammatical error the most often made by students of Polytechnic Tonggak Ecuador semester 6 in their descriptive writing. And the research contribution is this research helps to understand and the type of grammatical error, and the study can provide a better understanding of the type of grammatical error that often occur in student writing. And the practical contribution is this hopefully provide more information and grammatical error in the student writing at the Polytechnic and help other writers to conduct a similar study. And the chapter 2 is grammar. Grammar is the set of the rules convention to govern how speaker and language use a word and phrase, clauses, and punctuation to form correct, meaningful sentence. According to Azar 2002, grammar is a set of rules that govern where words are used in a sentence. According to Oxford English Dictionary 2021, grammar is defined the whole system and the structure of language or language in general, usually taken as consisting of syntax and morphology, including inflection, and sometimes also phonology and semantic. And the grammatical error are in language, including spellings, punctuation. According to Hegel, grammatical error can define it into several types, such as error in the tenses, subject, verb, agreement, adjective, adverb, and so on. According to James 2013, errors divided into 4 categories. For the first, omissions, some record element, and the additions of necessary or incorrect element, misformation of an incorrect element, and misordering of the element. And the differences error and mistake. An error is different from mistake and learning very reasonable. If learner make mistake, error are part of the learning process that must be addressed wisely and is essential in this study to make distinction between error and mistake. From the definition above, the writer conclude that mistake are just a slip that learner forget to correct from, and in the contrast, an error is a deviation made by the learners because they do know the rules and make it repetitively. Writing. Writing can define as the process, express, idea, or thought written from the can be understood by the written. And descriptive text is a kind of text which describes someone, something in a particular way or specific. According Thomas 1988, descriptive is about sensory experience, how something looks, sounds, and tastes. And furthermore, description text is a kind of with a purpose give informations. And the empirical study. And for the first is Fajar MR 2010. 2010 is an analysis of grammatical error in student writing conducted by Fajar. It aimed and identify and analyze the type of source grammatical errors made by the student in their writing. And the study conducted at a senior high school in Indonesia involved a total of 40 students as participant, and the second one is grammar error made by ESL territory student in writing, conducted by Charles Amrit Nur and Tilaga. It aimed to identify the type of frequencies grammatical error made as English as a second language or ESL territory student in the writing, and the study qualitative research and collected data from 40 ESL students as a territory institution in Malaysia. The third one is the analysis of grammatical error in student writing was conducted by Putri and Shaiful, and the study analyzed the type of frequencies grammatical and writing. The study was conducted of 40 undergraduate students from English language education department at a university in Indonesia. And the last one is conducted an analysis of the most common essay writing errors among EFL students, Saudi female learners, Majama University. And the study analyzed the most common type of essay writing and at Majama University. All the previous study above the writer maximum between the study, all the previous research is the differences between this about investigating of grammatical error of the assignment of student semester 6 Polytechnic and the research in this lies in the subject is different from the four study above. And the chapter 3 is research methodology. And this form of the research is qualitative descriptive form of content analysis, and the place of is Polytechnic Tonggak Equator or Poltek, located at Jalan Fatima number 1 until 2, Pontianak. And the time is February until May, and the subject of essay assignment given one of the classes at Polytechnic Tonggak Equator. And for the technique of data analysis theories by Miles and Huberman, 1948 analysis, the first data reduction and data display, and the third is conclusion drawing verification. And for the chapter 4 is finding and discussion. And for the school profile is the name of institution is Poltech, and the address is Fatima Street, and And Polytechnic Tonggak Equator is a private higher education institute under Tonggak Equator Foundation. The experiment of Polytech is motivated by the awareness of Tonggak Equator Foundation founder of the importance of equal education opportunity for the all citizens without being hindered by financial limitation, as well as the significance of a formal education institution that can contribute the environment and profession human resource, particularly in West Kalimantan. And for the characteristics of the subject is, in this subject, being investigated are 6 semester students at Polytechnic Agriculture actively participating in academic activity, and these students have completed several courses related to grammar and writing. And the current bank taking 6 semester is Writing Academy. They have studied topics such as basic grammar, text to true and verbal and writing conversation. And the population of respondents consists of 25 students in a single class. After obtaining the response data from one of the lecturer teaching at campus, the author analyzed in this detail for the study. And for analysis readers, the writer had analyzed the grammatical errors in descriptive text written by 25 students actively during their 6 semester. The error found were analyzed using the survey strategy taxonomy proposed by James 2013, and the error were classified into 4: is omission, addition, misformation, and misordering. From the table above, it was found that out the 25 students, a total of is uh 190 errors were made in writing descriptive text. The highest number error was in omission with a total of 19 for error, followed by misformation with a total is 68 error, and additions with a total is 28 error, and there were no error for misordering, and this table provides a clear visualization of distribution of error in this data. And the writer also provide a comprehensive predicate. And the next is the conclusion. And based on the results data in this study is findings show that the word grammatical are the 3 type of based on James 2000 survey strategy. In analysis data, the worst 119 errors divided into 4 types is omission, addition, misformation, misordering, according to according to accord according it concluded the most frequencies grammatical error made by semester 6 Polytechnic Tonggal Executor in descriptive writing are omission and misformation. Omissions errors occur by 64 times, indicated the student often omit word or phrase that should be included in their sentence, and meanwhile, and misformation error occur 68 times, suggesting the student often make mistake in forming words, phrase, clauses according grammar slur. And additions error occur to 28 times, revealing a tendency for student to unnecessary word or phrase in their sentence. And based on this results, it can be concluded that omission and mispronunciation error are the most frequent grammatical error in descriptive writing for the semester 6 student at Polytechnic Tanggerang Encounter. And for the recommendation is the writer proposed that individual who aims improve their English language skills should seek guidance from credible and well-educated individual. Learning from such individual will provide learner with a solid foundation and knowledge and the sentence and other aspect of the language. And learners will develop the ability to identify the recognize errors without being native speaker. There are Therefore, it is recommended to learn a language from trusty word source, and this information can be used to identify areas for improvement in grammar teaching and focus of improving those aspects. And thank you for the listening. I hope this presentation can benefit for us. Uh,